Carrie here. Hey, today we're going to talk about the pros and cons for living in Hawaii. I've lived here for 10 years. I'm an East Coaster, and I live on the island of Maui. Okay. Most people, just one statistic, we have about 1,000 people come here from the mainland every month, and 1,000 people leave back for the mainland every month. So, yeah, a lot of people come and go, and most of them don't make it more than a year. The first pro for living in Hawaii is the weather is absolutely gorgeous. We have restaurants here that actually paint the temperatures on the wall. It's always between 68 and 82. Um, I'm going to be a little unique situation because I work on the Big Island and I work on Oahu at least a couple times a month. So I get off island a lot. So I'll never talk about island fever because I get to see the sunset in multiple places. Now, I couldn't do that the first 2 years I lived here, but I can now. And that comes with financial stability and being able to pick up clients in other places. So um, the biggest con, well, the first con I'm going to talk to you guys about is it's very expensive to live here. Uh, the rents for a two-bedroom are at least $1,600 a month. Gas is a lot higher than anywhere you're going to find it on the mainland as well for your car. Another pro for living here is the ocean is absolutely gorgeous. It is just about the same as the air, close to 80 year-round. So every day when you're done work, you can go snorkeling, swimming, whatever you like. And I did that the first year I lived here. I was all excited about it. But today was hot, and I was like telling myself around 3, I'm going to go snorkeling, and it just didn't happen. So the longer you live here, just like kind of the lazier you get. You know it's there, but you kind of don't take advantage of it. So, yeah. It is like moving to another planet. As being a former East Coaster, I can't really call my friends at night. I can't really call them past like 4 o'clock in the afternoon because during their daylight savings time we're 6 hours different. The rest of the year we're 5 hours different. And if I want to get home, I have to leave the day before to even get there the next day at 5. I would take the red eye for like 11 o'clock at night, probably lay over San Francisco, and then be back on the East Coast around 5 o'clock at night with time change and everything. But I have mastered the art of sleeping on a plane, which is like you got to do when you're commuting from time to time. Another pro for living in Hawaii is if you were kind of a jerk on the mainland and you didn't have a lot of friends, you get to start all over because nobody knows you. So I consider that a pro because a lot of people I know that have moved here had some problems in the past and they came over here and nobody knew about it. Con for me was good concerts never come here. We tend to get musicians that were good like 30, 40 years past their prime. Like we just had Diana Ross here over at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. So, yeah. Willie Nelson's here a lot, but you don't hear like the big names. You just never hear them performing here. So I kind of miss that, to be honest. On the pro side, though, you can be shopping at Safeway and just kind of like run into Willie Nelson, or you can be at the beach and run into Adam Sandler. He frequents these islands. So you can run into a lot of A-list celebrities. Ran into Jennifer Aniston. I've run into a few. Um, Biggest con, though, for living here is white people are the minorities. They're considered haoles, and when it comes to getting a job, a lot of people have the misconception that they're going to have every Hawaiian holiday off, they're going to relax on the beach. Now, you're going to work 10 times harder just to pay the bills to live here. And the jobs don't typically pay as much, and the jobs that give you like all those holidays off are like the state and county jobs, and you're not going to get them in there unless your cousin or uncle works there. So that is like one of the biggest misconceptions about living here. One of the pros would be you can grow your own food, but that only happens if you have land. So you have to like not be in a condo because you absolutely can't grow anything on the second floor of a condo. I am on Beach Block, but I can't grow anything here. Uh, Biggest con, another one, tourists. I grew up in a tourist town on the East Coast, and people that don't live in tourist towns don't understand how frustrating it is when you have to be somewhere and a whole string of tourists just pull over to take pictures of some whales. I mean, it may sound fabulous if you're not used to it on a daily basis, but when you have to be somewhere and you're driving 50 miles an hour down the highway, can you imagine going 10 miles an hour and then being stopped because a few tourists have to take pictures of whales on one of your freeways at home? Yeah, I can't draw the connection, but it's really frustrating at times. Um, to go with that, though, there's a lot of absolutely beautiful scenery here in Hawaii. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and sit on my porch and I'll be staring at Haleakala at around sunrise. It is just breathtaking. The other day I was driving to yoga and I looked at the ocean and there was a great big rainbow coming out on a beautiful blue ocean. I mean, it was just so gorgeous. I could not believe it. That is so awesome to me. I love that. Biggest pro is Hawaii is very, very transient. That means, like I said, most people don't make it here a year. So you go all through making friends with somebody, and then you just never see them again. It happens so much here. Because people come here for a year or two, but they tell everybody they're going to be here forever. That's the plan. That's why it's really hard when people first move here to get a job, because nobody takes them seriously. They know they're going to spend a lot of time training someone, and the odds of them being here a year is pretty slim. So some people have a rule, and I've heard it before, don't talk to anyone until they've lived here for a year because they may not be here. So you're going to face that, which is really tough, and I think that is really hard for people to understand. Like, people will be kind of short with you because they don't really want to get involved. They don't really want to invest the time until you've invested the time. And yeah, so that's probably one of the bigger cons of living here. Um, as far as price-wise goes, if you're looking for the cheapest island, it's by far the Big Island. And if you want to be closer to the volcano, the cheaper it gets. So even the Kona side of the Big Island is almost the same price as Maui. Oahu and Maui used to be more expensive than Oahu about 10 years ago, but I actually think Oahu's gotten a little bit more expensive, and there's more jobs on Oahu. I don't know. I came here with contract work that I had before, so that's why it was relatively easy for me. If you're coming here, come with at least 10,000 in the bank, and it will just go like that, and you won't even know what happened because bills and bills and bills, just things come up. Like, even to turn your electric on with pristine credit, they want a deposit. I mean, it's just one thing after another that you weren't anticipating because they don't have them elsewhere. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining in. And if you would like to leave any comments or ask me any questions, I've been here for 10 years. I'm an East Coaster. You're welcome to, and have a fantastic night. Aloha.